Amazing. Good morning, good afternoon, everyone. For those who don't know me, my name is Joe Kinvi, and I'm the co-founder CEO of Borderless, and we are an investment infrastructure for the African diaspora. Today is the last session of our Road to ATS series. Essentially, it was four sessions of different speakers talking about different things. A lot of them are very focused on fundraising because the main theme is a fundraising readiness. I mean, we've already done 3 sessions, and this final session is essentially to see how founders can best prepare for that pitch. And there's nothing better than a pitch practice. So we're very, very lucky to have, I believe, 4 entrepreneurs pitching their company today. And I am very excited to have 2 judges joining me. I have Margaret from Velocity Capital. I don't know how long I've known Margaret, but I've known Margaret for a very long time. And I think we've done a lot of investments together. And we are part of other communities. She is a user of Borderless, and I think we're very well intertwined, although we still have not met in person. So Margaret will be one of our 2 judges today, and I have a second judge. You probably won't see it anywhere on his LinkedIn, but he's a very active angel investor. Probably in terms of numbers, he is the highest angel ad hoc, and we spent a lot of time talking. We met, I believe, in 2024. We speak quite regularly. We talk about deals back and forth, and I just thought that he would be a great person to be one of the judges, because I believe he does investments monthly. But instead of me telling about what he does, I think it would be very apt to invite my 2 judges to hopefully somebody can help me pin them if that's possible. Great. So Adekiitan, Margaret, if you can put on your videos, then I should be able to see you and hopefully pin you. Oh, I can see Kitan. Here we go. I can see Margaret. Hi, Margaret. How you doing?
Good, Joe. How are you?
Good. It's good to see you again.
You too.
Happy Wednesday in the DMV, right?
Yes, that's right.
Okay. All right. Well, can we just kick off, and if you can give me a less than 60 seconds intro about yourself? I'll start with you because, of course, ladies first. Margaret.
Thanks so much, Joe. Hi, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here today. I'm Margaret Ntambi. I have over a decade of corporate finance experience, specializing in global pricing and commercial strategy at Fortune 500 companies. I broke into the VC ecosystem a little over a half a decade ago in the US. I was working for emerging fund managers and got full exposure to how to raise and run a fund. I'm of Ugandan descent, so I've always wanted to invest in Africa-focused startups since I was 18. So I started a syndicate called New Capital a few years ago, focused on mobilizing local and diaspora capital into Ugandan-focused startups. Along the way, I also started a research platform called Sourcing Africa to Invest, where we started out just writing research and insights, but we spun that out into a consultancy. We support investment collective managers in spinning up their syndicates, and we help founders raise money. But as Joe indicated, I also am the managing partner of Velocity Digital. We are a seed stage Africa-focused firm. We've done over 70 investments on the continent, and I'm really looking forward to the pitches today. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Margaret. Adekiitan, over to you.
Hey guys, my name is Kitan. I'm Nigerian. I stay in Vancouver. I'm an HR business partner with NSS. I've been doing HR since I think over 10 years now. I also angel invest. I started with Hook I believe in 2020. So I think I have about 5 years in angel investing under my belt. I try to angel invest regularly. Yeah, and that's pretty much everything about me. I look for founders that have like a very clear idea of what they're trying to build. They have a niche knowledge about the market they're trying to build, and they're just trying to build something very interesting. That's pretty much everything about me.
That's amazing. Now, I have a very tight parameter that will hopefully guide your judging today. And it's very simple. It's so for founders, I want you to think about how to help them improve their pitch and what would make you as an investor say yes. Naturally, I would want you to probably look at things like traction, the background, GTM, market size, execution. It's up to you. But ultimately, what we want to get here is just what will make you an investor say yes. For folks who are pitching, just know that every investor have different ways to reach their yeses. So this is not universal, and anything that's done here is the sole opinion of the individuals, not the companies that they work for, etc, etc. I mean, I don't have to tell you this, but just in case. All right, I will get it started. Our first pitch, if you can move to the next slide, please, is Innobid, and that is Eliud, who is building Innobid. So Eliud, I'm sorry if I'm butchering your name. It's very simple, 3 minutes for the pitch, and then I'll pass it over to the judges to maybe just give their feedback and also what would make them say yes. All right, if you're on, please turn on your camera. We'll pin you in the middle. And yeah, take it away.
Okay, thank you so much, Joe. Yes, I am here. Let me just get my slides up. Okay,
Your counter has started.
Okay, thank you. So hi, everyone. So you probably know that we are all in business to get our goods to the market and probably get someone to want to buy them. But for most founders and people who run businesses, that's not always a straight line. The reality is procurement markets do exist and where your goods and services can be absorbed. But especially for women and young entrepreneurs, it's very difficult for them to access these markets. For some of the obvious reasons range from the fact that the process is complex, they don't have enough capital to participate in these markets, and they simply don't just have the right information. So this is where we come in. We're building an AI-powered e-procurement platform that will hopefully turn raw tender documents into submission-ready outputs, help them discover these opportunities, and of course, also help procurement officials be able to review and get the right bids from the pool of suppliers. But also we know that capacity building is also at the center of supporting these businesses. So we also get to do that and eventually then link them to financing so that they can service these procurement opportunities. The market is huge. And of course, as Innobid, we're trying to get this probably an obtainable market of about $6 million. And hopefully that with the right partnerships, we can actually get there. Why Innobid? I think Innobid for us, this is an end-to-end solution. So we are looking at the whole procurement ecosystem from opportunity discovery to you being able to service and getting supported. But also we're trying to build a tech that levels the playing field. Traditionally, some small businesses have been excluded. And so we're hoping that there will be a tech that levels that playing field. And of course, then most importantly is that this is an African-built solution built by people who have experienced what it takes to build businesses in Africa. And we hope that we can bring those lived experiences to this ecosystem. We're asking for just around $500,000 US, and this will be mainly focused on building the business and actually the business development side of things, rolling this solution to the market, but also enhancing our technology for mass adoption, but also focusing on infrastructure. Thank you so much.
Okay, great. Well, right on time. Well, thank you for your pitch, Eliud. Judges, Margaret, I'll let you go first. Over to you.
Eliud, thank you so much. This is a really interesting solution. And what I love most is that it was targeted towards women and young entrepreneurs. What was not yet very clear to me is where you are in the product life cycle. Is this a pre-product? Is this pre-product? Is something built? And are any customers onboarded today? That was not yet clear in the pitch for me.
Yeah, sorry about that. But yes, we have a live product that already is in the market.
Okay, and do you have customers onboarded and using it?
Yes, that's correct. We do.
How many?
Just about, so MSME is 1,300. And of course, then the procurement departments just be, I think just above around 24, I would say. Yes, 24 actually.
And then how do you make money?
So we make money by charging these small businesses, the 1,300, when they're preparing their bids. So they use our software to prepare their bids. Then we also charge the procurement departments for discovering these entrepreneurs through a subscription model. Right.
Last question before I let my co-judge go. How much money are you making today? What's your monthly recurring revenue?
Monthly, just about 20,000 USD on a month. Yeah.
I'll pass it to you.
Thanks, Margaret. Hello, Eliud.
Over to you, Kinyua.
Yeah.
Hello.
Thanks, Margaret. Hello, Eliud. Just to follow up on the traction part, right? How fast are you growing on a month to month?
So the growth has been relatively slow, and again, the reason is we just started sort of getting the right partners on board, because our model fully relies on partnerships. So we're not just getting, especially for the procurement departments, it's actually a one-on-one conversation with them before we get them onboarded. So the growth is relatively slow, but again, every procurement department that comes on board is definitely coming with a good contract. So it's high value contract at the end of the day.
Got you. And the market, I saw that you mentioned that the serviceable obtainable market right now is 6 million.
That's correct.
Right. So like how can you expand the market? Just 6 million.
Yes. So we are focusing on 2 countries at the moment. That's Kenya and Namibia. And again, we're leveraging specifically public procurement to get there, which, as you may understand, for example, in Kenya, it's a centralized. So meaning once we get the National Treasury on board, then of course we get to expand to all government departments. So that's basically what we're looking at. That's why I say once we get our partnership, then it's sort of a leapfrog to almost close to that amount.
Okay, one final question. You mentioned AI. You mentioned AI, right?
Yes.
How are you using like are you building this on top of an LLM, or you are building your own AI infrastructure?
Yes, we are building our own AI infrastructure.
Okay. Thanks.
Thanks.
Thank you, judges. Thank you, Eliud. So question to judges is, how do you think Eliud can improve his speech? And what would make you say yes to investing in his company?
I guess I'll go first. So Eliud, I guess the way that I rationalize as an investor, what I would have liked to have heard you say is, for example, there are X number of women and young entrepreneurs on the continent that struggle with this specific issue, which you kind of laid out, which is procurement, et cetera, but getting specific on how big the ideal customer profile is in numbers. How many women and young entrepreneurs are there in the continent? What you also didn't imply until the question was asked is, which markets were you starting with? Kenya and Namibia, and why? And how many of your ideal customer profile exist in those 2 markets? And then drilling down into the 6 million that you said is what you feel like you can obtain, explicitly saying why, right? So in those 2 markets, the market size is whatever, but I'm going to get 10% of that or 1% of that, and that's 6 million or whatever, right? So getting more specific around that. Being upfront about the traction is also very important, but giving me a perspective on what the journey has been would be helpful. So you launched in 2023, and in year one, I did X amount in monthly recurring revenue or an annual recurring revenue. And then year two, year three, and I've been growing 50% year on year. That'd be a signal to me that like, this is a high growth opportunity and would get me to engage in another call. Also, one thing that you also could have done a little bit better is articulate the team's expertise. You said the team has a lot of experience running businesses in Africa, but that's not explicitly relevant to your target product, right? Like, what's your experience in procurement? Would have been a little bit more helpful for me to understand that you are capable of scaling this as a venture-backed opportunity.
Thank you.
I am taking notes as if that feedback was for me. Thank you, Margaret. Adekiitan, do you have anything you want to add in terms of feedback and what would make you say yes?
She's mentioned traction markets, right? I would like to see like how fast you're growing. Also, I would like to see if your customers are maybe referring you to like other potential customers. That would be very, very nice. And also, like, what about you makes you is it eligible to build this product, right? I didn't get that. Like, what's in your background? What's the story behind? Like, how did you come about this product or this idea, right? I didn't get that information from you, right? So, yeah.
Thanks.
Amazing.
Appreciate that as well.
Thank you, Adekiitan. Thank you, Eliud. Eliud, I believe you're pitching at ATS next week, right? Well, I really hope that. Yeah, I hope this feedback is useful to improve your pitch. And I will see you in Nairobi next week. Thank you for joining. All right.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Next person, can you please move the screen to the next, please? Yes, Faith. Faith is building Pretium. Faith, we're gonna bring you up. Please unmute yourself and put on your video. And you can take it away. Let me know when you're ready. If you need to, do you need to share slides or are you okay?
Thank you, Joe. It's a pleasure to be here. Let me share my screen.
Okay.
Okay.
Team, can you please take the slides down? Okay. Faith, you should be able to share your screen now.
Yeah, just a second.
I haven't started counting the timer yet, so. How are we doing? Okay, you ready to go?
Okay, thank you.
All right, timer is on. 3 minutes. Off you go.
Okay. Despite the widespread adoption of stablecoins have been used mostly in most cases for speculations. Most people use it for trading, but there's a very limited infrastructure which enables real-world payment using stablecoins. On the other hand, when it comes to merchant or to businesses, there's a big gap where they find it so hard to accept stablecoin payment in the infrastructure. Oh, sorry for that. Yeah, so yeah, Pretium Finance comes into this space. We are building a payment infrastructure that bridges existing payment rails with the blockchain ecosystem, powering cross-border payment, merchant payment, and bill and utility settlement. This is where the users can, we have a mobile app which is live on Google Play Store, which enables users to make payment and settle bills directly using stablecoins. You can settle your bills, you can pay for groceries, you can pay for shopping in the supermarkets, you can pay for your rent using stablecoins. The other hand, we have a B2B API service, which enables the businesses or payment platforms to do off-ramp and on-ramps to and from local currencies through one API. So the main mission of our company is to blur the distinction between the existing payment rates and the digital assets. Currently, we have 47,342 users. Out of that figure, we have 1,000 active users who are using our app on a daily basis, and we have 38 partners who have integrated to our API. And the transaction volume as now we stand at 4,062,763 USDT. And the number of markets we are in reach right now in East African countries. We are in 6 African countries, that is in Kenya. We are live in Malawi, we are live in Uganda, we are live in Nigeria, we are live in Congo. Yeah.
You still have 20 seconds.
Our competitive advantage is that our direct payment to merchant payment using our platform, compared to other competitors, we have direct payments using stablecoins. Our UI is quite good, even for the non-crypto natives. They can easily understand how the app operates. Yeah, then there is real-time instant payment. At the moment, we are raising 1 million at a post-money valuation of 10 million. Yeah, and our revenue currently, we charge 5% on all payouts through our mobile app, 5% on B2B API payments, and 4% on all billers' commissions.
Okay, that's very useful. Faith, thank you so much. I'm sure that the judges have a lot to say, because stablecoins is very hot, and it looks like you are doing pretty well there. Adekiitan, I'm going to start with you. How do you think, first of all, do you have any questions? How do you think Faith can improve her page, and what would make you as an investor say yes?
So I'm very curious about stablecoins, but I know that there are a lot of players in this field, right? So I know you mentioned competitors, right? I would like to see, like, is it like more respectful? Like, you need to like know who are the competitors. I know they're striking this playing this field already. I think Florida Wave is moving into this field, right? So I would like to like see who are these competitors and what edge do you think you have over these competitors, right? Is it pricing, right? Also, your growth, right? I would like to see how fast are you growing, right, on a month-to-month basis, or since you started. When did you start, and how is that looking? Also, in terms of revenue, right? What's your revenue like on a month-to-month basis, right? Also, your pitch. I believe that you need to be clearer on your pitch in terms of this is the idea, this is how fast we are growing, this is what this solves, and this is how much we are raising, right? And yeah, that's pretty much it for me.
Thank you, Kitan. Max, over to you.
Yeah, I think Kitan hit on most of the points for me. As he said, like the competition side was a bit vague. I would definitely expand on that explicitly. And the feature set, I would go in a little bit more detail on that as well, as to what your unique value proposition is against everyone else. On the $4 million in transactions, it's not clear over what period you've obtained that. And also, as Kitan had said, revenue being explicit. I know you mentioned your charges from a unit economics perspective on fees, but what does that translate into dollars? those were the big things for me that I would call out. I would also want to understand, you said you have 47,000 users, but only 1,000 using it on a regular basis. So for me, that's something I would really want to dig into as to why not more of those 40,000 users are using it every single day. That's a big, difference in activity. And then the last thing I would call out is we didn't get a chance. I know these are 3-minute pitches, but the team, like, what is your experience, Faith, right? Like, why are you qualified to work on this crypto stablecoin product? Did you work for, a specific company in the past and figured out that this is what you needed to work on today? So I would also get a little bit deeper into that.
Amazing. Faith, is that useful? Is that helpful?
Pardon?
Was that useful? Helpful?
Yeah, it was. Thank you. Thank you so much.
And will you be pitching in Nairobi next week?
Yes, I will.
Okay, great. I think you're going to get a lot of people interested because stablecoins is the hottest thing. So hopefully this feedback will help you sharpen that pitch, and hopefully you could be the winner of that competition. So I'll see you in Nairobi next week.
Okay, see you.
All right, thank you, Faith.
Thanks, Faith.
All right, cool. So we're halfway through. I'd love to get a sense in the room, like, how are you people liking this? Is it great? Give me thumbs up, thumbs down. If anybody gives me thumbs down. Exactly, yeah. That's what I thought. All right, cool. Well, thank you, Faith. We are going to move on to the next speech out of Nigeria. And we have Tarimobowei of LiveIn, who will come on screen. Tarimo, are you with us?
Yes, I am.
Welcome. Great. Do you have a deck, or are you going to pitch live?
I'm pitching live.
Amazing. Great. Well, I have you pinned, and your 3 minutes starts now.
All right. Hi, guys. My name is Tarimobowei, and I am the head chef at LiveIn. In 2021, I and my friends decided that it was time to move out and live life as adults. But we quickly realized that getting a house wasn't that easy as searching online, paying, and moving in. We found out the process was stressful, inefficient, and risky. And my key takeaway from that process was that it was really expensive. We couldn't explain why we had to spend over 200,000 naira just having to see a house without committing to it, right? And that's what led us to build LiveIn. LiveIn is a 3-sided marketplace that's building trust and transparency whilst making the information readily available for first-time renters, anybody just trying to move within the city, within the country, or people in the diaspora just wanting to relocate. Gives you a sense to know what to budget and what to expect. So we are helping tenants find, secure, and book homes with verifiable information and virtual tours. And we also provide tools for property owners and brokers to be able to manage their processes, schedule bookings, receive payments, manage the whole process, and operate in a more transparent and trustworthy and seamless way. And in terms of traction, so we're about a month old, and we are testing in the short stay market because feedback from there is really fast. So short stay market, shortlets. So we get feedback instantly, and it will help us shape the bigger product that we are building, which is house rental. So far, we've been able to onboard 26 users, and 10 of those users are agents, 7 are property owners, and 6 are tenants. In the month of January, we did just 3 bookings, and we were able to make a revenue of 554,215 naira. Why now? The question is, why not now? We say why now because easy tech adoption, because the first-time renters are young people, and young people like me that want to be able to order food online, make payments online, and also be able to reserve a home online. And it further pushes to us just building a database of like future home buyers. Because in the next 20 to 30 years, these people that are renting now are going to be the new set of home buyers. And with that database, we're able to like give them house financing plan, mortgages, and just make their whole process from top to beginning, from transitioning from renting to buying, just seamless.
Amazing.
Real estate.
We are at time. It's been 3 minutes. Any important information you want to share before I pass it over to the judges?
I think I've shared the important information across.
Amazing. I don't know if it was just me, but when you called out traction, I didn't hear it. Can you just repeat what your traction is?
All right. So I said in terms of traction, we just launched our MVP a month old, and we've been able to onboard 23 users. 10 of those users are brokers or agents, as we call them. 7 of them are property owners, and 6 of them are tenants. And in the month of January, we just closed our account for January, and we've been able to do 554,215 naira in revenue.
Okay, amazing. That's very, very useful. Thank you so much for your pitch. Mags, I will come back to you.
Okay, so what is that in dollars? The revenue in dollars? Sorry, guys.
It's about $350.
Okay.
Between 250 to 300, yeah.
Okay. All right. So for me to be able to, want to invest in this opportunity or dig deeper, what was clear to me was obviously the ideal customer profile is like young folks that are moving out of their homes and, are looking for a way to find properties. But what wasn't clear to me is you indicated that the pain point was that paying for a broker is 200,000 naira. So how much is it on your platform instead, right? Because you're still doing a similar model. Like they're still going to pay the broker, right? So that was one thing that I wanted to get clear. The other thing that wasn't clear to me is what's the market size around this? And actually how big of a pain is this really, right? I'm from Uganda. A lot of business is done through referrals. Marketplaces like exist, but I do feel like some specific business models in specific markets are really referral based. Like I'm going to go to my auntie, I'm going to go to my cousin, and I'm going to ask them for a contact, and they're going to give me that contact, and I'm going to go through them to get the resource. So have you explored deeply, specifically this type of model? What are the layers of trust that need to be built in to ensure that, you can drive the kind of scale that you're looking for? And the last thing that I didn't really get was the go-to-market strategy. So I know you have the 10 brokers and, the property managers and the folks that are using it to make bookings and get properties. But what's your sales strategy actually look like for this as you think about this in the long term? I know you're in the MVP stage, but what is a unique and repeatable customer acquisition strategy that you're looking for to scale this?
Amazing. Taribo, I have you muted. So just need to unmute yourself. Go for it.
All right. So I will start off with the agents. So the real estate market in Nigeria is really, really not structured. So people operate without any regulation whatsoever. So agents tend to scam and defraud users with like fake listings and outrageous fees for just viewing the house, right? And that's why we paid almost 200,000 naira and it wasn't paid to one person, it was paid to like multiple people, and like there was a couple of scam in between. And what we've come to realize that agents are a core part of the ecosystem, but what they lack is credibility. So what we give to agents working on our platform is credibility so people know that this is a trusted person, because most of the house hunting process, you might have to pay this inspection fee. So we are now trying to digitalize a lot of the process, because a lot of it is not digitalized for the agents. And in terms of our go-to-market strategy, is we have different value proposition for different users. So for the property owners, we give them a management tool to help them like manage their processes. So from receiving booking, managing clients after booking has been done, knowing how properties perform. And for the agents, agents get to have access to the property data. So like an MLS, where they can get access to the data that a property has, if the property is on the market, if the property is off the market, who bought this property or who leased this property, just helping people, tenants, broker these deals. And for the tenant, what we are giving to them is ease, giving them access to this information, because it felt like this information, that the information of housing wasn't there. But just being in the space, we found out that the information is there, just that people are gatekeeping the information, and yeah, that's why it seems like it's hard to get it.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Adekiitan. Any insight inputs? Since you're of Nigerian descent, so you probably have some insights there.
Yeah, thanks. I actually do believe that real estate needs to be disrupted in Nigeria. And thank you so much for building this. I also like that you set out with achieving revenue from your first month. So this is not like a freebie kind of thing, right? What I'm not clear on is, please correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know the market space pretty well, but I'm just wondering how this is, like what's stopping, I know there's Facebook markets. I don't know if they host like houses on Facebook markets. I know there's Craigslist, like where like landlords can like put their houses on that. So I don't know the incentive that will make property owners list their products with you, right? That's the only issue I have with this.
All right, so there's no Craigslist in Nigeria, but we have players like Property Pro, GG. So these are just listing marketplaces. So what these guys, there's no due diligence there. Anybody can go there and make a listing, and whatever you see is whatever you get, right? We do our due diligence, so we tend to want to work have a large portfolio, and for incentive for people to book property owners to lease their properties. We've come to find out on our platform, listing is free, so most of them pay to list across all platforms, and which they say is a lot. A lot of them complain about how the process, the online marketplace for real estate is way behind, so it doesn't let them do a lot. And aside just listing, we also help them manage. So there's a management tool to it, so that helps them manage.
I'm very sorry to interrupt you. We are way past time. And hopefully you can connect with the judges and they can give you feedback. You can surely find them online, but I hope that their feedback is useful to you so that you can improve your deck as you're pitching, but also improve your business model as you're building. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm so sorry to have interrupted you, but we just had to move on. All right, cool.
Sure.
Thank you very much for pitching. Last but not least, we have Uche from Yadsale. Uche, are you with us?
Yes, I am.
How's it going? Are you using your slides or are you pitching live?
I have my slide. I have my pitch deck.
Okay, all right. Do you want to load it up and we can get it going?
Yep. Let me know when it's all good.
All right, let's go. The counter starts now.
Hello, everyone. 2 years ago, I got scammed. My name is Uche. I'm one of the co-founders of Yadsale. Right now in Nigeria, we are facing two major problems when it comes to buying and selling. And I'll say that's trust issues and ease of selling items. Go back to the 2010s, buying and selling used to happen on online platforms, but they became, are fraudsters, are scammers, and a lot of things. And it stigmatized these platforms and made them less credible. Now you have lots of people who wanted to sell this thing, or wanted to sell on this platform who couldn't. And it led to the boom of what we have, social commerce. Buying and selling today in Nigeria lives on social media. WhatsApp, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, name it, Telegram, name it. It lives on these social media platforms. And the biggest problem with this I'll call this fragmentization of social commerce is all these businesses live in silos. They just stay on their own, their followers have to come to them and things like that. Like I said, Yadsale is trying to introduce trust into the system, into the ecosystem. I've been scammed. Trust me, it's not a beautiful experience. I don't know. I'm very sure I was making an estimate. 85 to 95% of us here, if you're living in Nigeria, have been scammed. It's a reality. I'm sorry, guys. It's just what it is right now. What we're trying to do is introduce trust into the ecosystem. People want to buy, but they cannot buy. And it's not their fault. It's the systems that have been created for these things. Sorry. Now to the solution. Thank God for Yadsale. Like I said, people want to buy, people want to sell, but these things are happening in isolation. We have escrow protected sales, which we call safe pay. So now buyers are able to pay for their items. We deliver it. We have automated deliveries. You pay for an item, somebody's calling you, bro, where are you? They're getting the deliveries to you, and you accept or reject if these items are in good condition. Now, like I said, Yadsale is trying to make buying and selling safe and easy. When you come on Yadsale, you don't have to be a business. You don't have to be a registered business. You don't have to be a big business. You can be a regular person. Joe can just come, you have like 10 shares and he wants to sell. What we do on Yadsale now, we create a link for you and you're able to share this link on your social media platforms. We're not trying to fight the system. We know that these systems exist. We know that social commerce exists. So we create a link for you. You're able to share these links on your platforms, you put it on your bio and everything. But now what we do now is take all these items and put them on the marketplace. No more silos, visibility. We want to give sellers visibility. We take all these items, we put them on our marketplace, we give our sellers visibility so they can sell. Market size, we have about 5.7 billion on TAM. This is calculated, we have online shoppers, 6.7 online shoppers with $70 annual spend. Our SAM is 1.61 billion and SOM is 161 million. Content analysis, the key features of Yadsale, what makes Yadsale very special, are multi-item sales. I do not have to be a business to sell multiple things. I don't have to go on, these competitors because I want to have, a store-like storefront. We create this link for you, which acts like a storefront. We have escrow payments. Yeah.
Your time is up, but I'm going to give you 30 seconds to finish.
Oh, I'm really sorry. We have marketplace, variable pricing, and best. So we make money through B2C and B2B. B2C, we charge a service fee on every sale, and B2B vendors unlock, inventory tools, discovery discounts, and marketplace features. We launched 2 months ago. We have about 1,000 users, 300 plus items listed, 50 plus completed sales in 2 months of sales. I'm a senior software engineer. I've been building for a couple of years. I'm ex-Sabi. I was a team leader at Sabi. My co-founder is a senior software engineer at MoneyPoints. We build products that have scaled over $1 billion in transactions. We know how to build products. This is what we do. This is our bread and butter. This is what excites us to build Yadsale because this is what we're trying to do. We're trying to solve the problem. We're trying to introduce trust into the ecosystem. Now we have our superstar media. We have Aziza, who are our backbone to building this product. We're trying to raise 50K pre-seed. Yeah.
Uche, your time is up. Thank you so much. So you're raising 50K to fully to build a dedicated full-time team and build a marketplace. Thank you. Adekiitan, I'm going to come to you for your feedback and what would make you say yes as an investor as part of his upcoming round.
Hey, Uche, how's it going? I think I'm curious about partnerships, right? Do you handle, I know you mentioned like the logistics parts, right? I didn't see, like how do you handle like delivery, right? Is it, you handle that yourself or do you partner with maybe other platforms on delivery? What fees are you paying to the delivery guys? I don't know.
Okay, so for delivery, currently we partner with a company called ShipBubble. What ShipBubble does is they give us an API and we're able to, buyers pay, or we don't even charge, we don't make any money off deliveries. So buyers pay delivery fees. Well, currently right now, we're building a riders app we're trying to partner with riders or drivers who would handle these things in-house, because we're trying to reduce our delivery fees. But we were able to batch deliveries, we're able to reduce these fees, so they don't have to be high. But we're going to keep the partnerships for on-demand deliveries, because now we have access to Chowdeck, we have access to Glovo, we have access to Quick, and you have people who are getting their deliveries in less than 30 minutes. So everybody's happy.
Okay, I would like to sit down your deck. And one other question is, I feel your pain about, like, you really sound like you're pained about getting scammed, right? But I would like to know about, like, your go-to-market, right? I know that you have like 1,000 users and everything, but how are you planning to scale this?
Okay, like I said, we have 1,000 users, but we don't have any marketplace. All these transactions that have happened on Yadsale are just straight social commerce, just link sharing. Now, I would say we have lots of listings, but no visibility for these listings. So this is what we're building our marketplace. Our marketplace is to give these listings visibility. We tend to be the go-to to sell things. You have people who are like, people still text me and say, oh, I want to sell this, I want to sell this, I want to sell couches, I want to sell my table. People want to sell, but there's no infrastructure built for this, you know. So this is what we're trying to do. We've seen the demand, we've seen the people who actually want this. We have flagship customers, and we'll be building, we're still building, continue building.
Thank you, Uche. Mags, any comments, inputs, feedback?
Yes, and apologies if you hear babies crying in the background. I have kids, a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old. So what I really liked about this, Uche, is that the start was like really great. A few years ago, I got scammed. You got my attention. Thank God for Yadsale. So there were specific words that you were using that like were intriguing to me to engage in the pitch. What I also liked was how you detailed the market size, right? You said this is the number of people in this market. They spend about $70 per annum or whatever the time frame it was, and that is my market size. So I like that you used like a revenue number of how much revenue you can make off a user and how many users there were to define the market. So that was good. What I also thought was really good was the competition was clear. I mean, for me as an investor, I do like to see quite a bit on the feature set between you and the competition, but what you had was sufficient for as a teaser to get me to dig deeper. What I also did like was that you highlighted who you guys were as a team, X Savvy, X Money Point. Of course, all of us know those companies. So that obviously gives you credibility. What I liked as well was on the traction side, obviously with no platform, you've already got 1,000 users. So imagine what can happen once you have a digital platform and you're able to drive scale and onboarding faster when people can, click to onboard and transact. What I did not hear yet was like on the transaction volume, you kind of said it was like 300 listed and 50 sales. I guess that was the transaction volume, I guess. But what I would have wanted to dig deeper into here and what I see as a risk is really the unit economics, right? This is like last mile delivery, right? I see this as a low margin business potentially. So that would be my only call out is like, you're going to need to drive a lot of volume for this to be $1 million, $10 million, $50 million company. And so how do we get to that? And so in a follow-up call with you, I'd probably be digging into that with you.
Okay.
Thanks. That's amazing, Adekiitan. Thank you so much for this. Uche, if I can just add one of my feedback, I'd love to see something where like you buy and you resell that can actually increase your margin. I mean, obviously you probably at this stage you have a lot of data to know what people are buying, and you can essentially also build your own marketplace. One example, I'm just trying to think, there's like a clothing company with like second-hand wear clothing in the UK. I can't think of the name. Vinted, there you go. So I think there's an opportunity there. And in a place like Lagos alone, there's so much happening that if you can formalize the buy and sell of nearly everything, I think there's a market there. All right, Uche, I hope that's useful. Best of luck with the fundraise. I'm sure that there's a couple of investors on this call. So good luck finding them and good luck pitching them. All right, my judges, what do you think? 4 great candidates. Any standouts? If you were to write a check, who would you be giving money to? Again, this is all hypothetical, so I don't want anybody to come and hold your collar for cash. Mike, I'll start with you.
So I mean, I think based off of my feedback, it's kind of a little bit clear on the one that I thought was, well structured for an investor like me, which was Uche's. In 3 minutes, he was able to get through a lot of the KPIs and the things that I would look for on a high level. And so for him, Uche, happy to take a call. I'm on Twitter. You can DM me, or you got my email, I'm sure. So let's follow up.
All right, Margaret. Thank you.
Thank you, Max. Really appreciate it. Sorry, I muted myself there. Kiton, any standout? Who would you be following up with? Or who do you think we should bring to Hoke?
Actually, Uche.
Okay.
I like what he's building. When he mentioned that he got scammed, I was like, okay, here we go. All right. So I like the idea. I'm just curious about like how he plans to sell this story, like the go-to market. How do we get to 10,000 customers on the 100,000 users, 1 million users, right? That's one thing I'm curious about. But I mean, it's still like in better stage, so it's something I'm very curious about. I would also like to maybe chat with the founder of LiveIn, right? Yeah, I think real estate needs to be disrupted in Nigeria, right? And I'm just curious about the idea based on the fact that in their first month, they're already set up to make revenue. So I think it just needs to polish the idea properly. That's, yeah. But yeah.
Amazing. My judges, I know you're busy. Your days are packed. You have kids running around, yet you still found time for us today. So I'm greatly thankful from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much for making time. And what we'll do is we'll do follow-ups. We'll send the founders details. Feel free to reach out to them. And my team will share your contact details, LinkedIn, X, for people who want to stay in touch and follow you. Yeah, I hope you also found that enjoyable because I really, really enjoyed it.
Joe, do you mind if I say one thing to all the other founders?
I don't mind at all.
Yeah, I mean, I want to congratulate everyone. Pitching is not easy. Coming up with a 3-minute pitch is probably one of the hardest exercises that a lot of, founders and, investors like myself go through when we're pitching what we're working on. So, just keep practicing, keep refining, and you'll get that story straight with time. But great job to everybody.
Thank you so much.
And yes, and also for me, I mean, this is my first time of doing a live pitch event or judging this kind of event, but I'm just speaking from the perspective of a small check writer, right? So my observation might be different from any other investor's observation, but I do wish everybody the best luck. Just keep refining your products.
Amazing. My judges, hopefully we'll do this again, hopefully in person. Who knows? And yeah, I look forward to seeing you all in the Slack channels and the WhatsApp groups. Enjoy your evening. All right, thank you all. I think I have a couple of slides to just wrap this thing up for people who are joining us here for the first time. And to the founders, thank you so much for pitching. As a founder, one of the things I hate the most is pitching. So if you're doing it, congratulations. And I really appreciate you being here today. All right, so this was the last episode of our Road to ATS. I love this so much. We brought amazing speakers and, of course, judges and founders, and this is finally closing. It's bringing us to next week, which is in Nairobi. So if you're going to ATS, we do have a code. If you don't have a ticket yet, I'm kind of worried about you. But if it's not too late to get a ticket, just use the code Borderless. And myself and Timmy will be in Nairobi next week. So, come by, say hi, buy me chai, or buy me chapati, if it's something that you can buy me. Or no, you can, see me at one of the after parties, buy me a drink, let's catch up and to say hi. Next slide, please.
Yeah. Quick question from Margaret. Margaret, are you in Hoke?
Yes, I am a part of Hoke.
Yes,
I owe Joe my membership fee.
Margaret, your membership fee is free for life, I got you.
Okay.
All right.
My brain.
So for those who don't know us, we are an investment infrastructure for the global diaspora, and we build tools for investors. And more recently, we started building tools for founders to make their lives easy. Very, very simple to learn more. Go to onborderless.com to learn everything about what we're building. Next slide, please. And one of my favorite products that I used about a year ago is, well, it wasn't really a product, but it's a product now. It's called Raised by Borderless. And when I started fundraising, I was raising a lot of checks from a lot of people, and we needed to put something together very quickly to be able to gather all the checks, go through all the paperwork, seamlessly do all the reporting, and that gave birth to Raised by Borderless. Raised by Borderless is for founders to manage their fundraising. And yes, you can use it today if you're fundraising. It's available. Go to onborderless.com/raise, and we can make your life easy as you're thinking about your next fundraise. And I think, yeah, well, I'm glad that Road to ATS has finally come to a close. I hope. Congrats to people who came to all the 4 sessions. Thank you all for tuning in with us. We will be doing a lot of series. We're going to be working with a lot of conferences, and more importantly, we want to make sure that a lot of founders get funded either through Raise, or we have collective managers on the platform who are bringing together investors. You know where to find us. But just in case you forgot, we are on Borderless nearly everywhere. And we do have a WhatsApp number, just in case you want to talk to us directly. It's right on the screen. And myself, I am Joe Kinvi. I've been your host. Special thanks to my entire team. You probably say you see me just talking, but this is a lot of work of so many people. I have Kemi, Favor, Wisdom, Folakemi, all in the background, and they make this look effortless. So I want to make sure that I acknowledge and recognize my team that makes all this possible. And of course, very special thanks to the ATS team for giving us the opportunity to engage you over the past 4 weeks. And yeah, if you are in Nairobi next week, that's exactly where you'll find me. And let's connect if you're around. Thank you all for joining. And yeah, bye, everyone.
Thanks, Joe.
Mark, I owe you a Borderless jersey. I owe all of you a Borderless jersey. I think Philip, maybe I should order more jersey.
Okay.
I owe you all a Borderless jersey. I don't know if you can see it. I don't think you can see my camera, but yeah. All right, thank you all. See you all on the internet.